Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Rail back with another review, man. Yo, this is Sons of Anarchy Season 1, Episode 5. It's Teller Tuesday. It is Teller Tuesday. I know this is one day a week that many of you look forward to, and I'm happy to bring it to you. This episode, though, this one, I have a major issue with. Like, I seen it, and I was, like, extra pissed. And I can't hold it. I can't contain myself. Bobby, get your ass out of here. Do these people want me to... Okay, so Gemma is throwing a fundraiser for the schools, right? Because Sam Crow loved the kids. You know, they're all about giving back to the community that allows them to outlaw. I think it's genius. It's like when the drug dealers of the 80s passed out singles back to people to then thus buy more drugs. But, you know, and give out turkeys. This is Sam Crow giving out turkeys. It's a fundraiser, right? And Bobby is set to perform as Elvis. I'm with Bobby and his Elvis thing. That's his dream. I love it. I love that little nuance about that character. What I don't love is how Bobby shows up in full Elvis regalia, walks up to a table full of little children and says, "Who wants to look like Elvis?" And all the tables scream, yeah, like they giving out fucking treats and snacks and shit. I call bullshit. I gotta call it. None of them goddamn kids know who Elvis is, nor would they want to look like that. Am I missing something? That age group that was at that table, I said, cut it out. Cut it out. They don't know Elvis. They damn sure don't want to look like him. What? I was just like, okay, all right. So I was pissed. Thank y'all for letting me get them frustrations out. But this episode in the whole, I'm going to give this one a 9 out of 10. It was a really good one. And if you guys haven't noticed, Rel is correct. It's been 5 episodes. And out of these 5 episodes, have you seen the pattern I was telling you about? There's a mission, and then there's a start to a mission, and then there's a mission completion. Every episode, there will be a challenge that will be taken care of in that episode. So this one I turned on waiting like, hey, what's the new thing? What's the new mission? So we meet Otto in prison, the Sam Crow member in prison, and he is protecting one Chucky. And we're introduced to Chucky because he's catching the ass whooping. Otto comes in and saves his life. And then he gets to jerking. And I'm like, all right. Weird. Otto doesn't seem to be moved by it. So but Otto's reaction lets us all know this is what we're going to expect, because this is what he does. Anytime you see some shit like that for the first time, you're going to be like, excuse me, sir? I am a man. I don't enjoy that. I don't think any woman would enjoy that. You should go to the confines of your cell when no one's looking and take care of that, brother. But the fact that Otto just is like, yep, I don't know what to tell you. It was the non-reaction that lets you know, okay. And this is, all these episodes come with a little moment of funny. So Chucky seems to be the comic relief, but he's also the driving force of the new mission of this episode. So here we go. We got Chucky has been skimming money from the Asian mafia. I don't think they have a bike club. I didn't see them in bikes. So this is probably like the Asian mafia type. Like, okay. He's been skimming money. He has stored some money. And as a result, they want to kill Chucky. Well, get what they want from him, the money back, and then kill him. And probably not in a nice way. A very brutal fashion. So the plan is Chucky's about to get out. So he tells Otto, hey man, I got this money stash. If y'all help me get to it, you can get half, and y'all bust it down amongst y'all. I just need protection. I need to get to the money, and I need to get out of town. And the Sons are good at protection. Kinda. I actually haven't seen one successful protection mission. One was Clay was supposed to help the truck get through. He ends up robbing the truck. So that's a protection detail failed. And then here comes Chucky, who we'll get to later. But one could say that protection failed. I mean, if we want to talk about, the technicalities of everything, then sure, maybe Clay wasn't completely wrong, but he is setting himself up to be not the best or most trustworthy person when making a deal with. I don't know if y'all seeing that. But I don't think I'd want to be in business with Clay. It seems very, if at all, temporarily productive. He can't fucking keep up his gun running with the Irish. He can't fucking protect things he's paid to protect. Like, he flips the script. I don't think he had a square deal yet. Maybe with the Niners. He did come through with the Niners. I apologize. He did make that happen. But yeah, Clay doesn't seem like it wouldn't be good business. But let's talk about the little other things surrounding it, right? This is a heavy episode of Opie being halfway into the club, halfway out. And the person that put Opie in prison by leaving him is one Kyle, an excommunicated Kyle, right? But he has a family in Charming, ex-wife and everything, and the wife really wants to let the ex see their son perform, right? Because it'll be big for the kid. Fuck Kyle. She's cool on Kyle. It's more so for the kid. And who she come to? The real boss. She comes to Gemma. And Gemma gets shit done, unlike Clay. Gemma really runs the club, unlike Clay. You starting to see a pattern there. And then, so she's boo-hooing to Gemma because Gemma runs the women. Gemma runs all that. She runs Clay, so yeah, she knew who to go to. Gemma comes through, put a little play on Clay, making him feel away. And he said, fuck it, I'll bring it up to a vote, but don't expect shit. And Opie was like, yeah, fuck it. Let him come through. I didn't expect that. He's the reason he's in prison. So I'm automatically thinking, oh yeah, Opie's trying to fuck him up. As soon as I was thinking that, Clay points at him and says, hey, no revenge during Gemma's thing. So this is not a revenge mission. If you say okay, you're letting the man come watch his kids play, and I don't want to hear no more of it. And Opie's like, yeah, fuck it. I want to see what his shitty life looks like without the club. He should be dying. He should be like less of a man. He should just be feeling down. And so there it goes. So we got two things. We got to protect Chucky, and then we're going to find out more about this, how Opie ends up in prison, and what it's like to be excommunicated. Because we're learning a lot. We learned how to be an old lady in the last episode. Now we're learning what it looks like to be an excommunicated member of the Sons of Anarchy. So it's showing us like, yeah, there's a brotherhood, but you fucked them over. There's no like past, well, you were a really good dude, so we'll let you slide. There's no sliding. You have every action, there's a reaction, and that's what we're going to get into. But first, before we get into all of that, I would like to talk about Tara. Right? We finally understand of all this secret ATF agent and Tara and what they got to do. So they were dating, right? They were dating in Chicago. She has a restraining order for that gentleman. Probably moved back to Sam Crow to get away from him. His job brought him there, and what do you know? Tara's there, and that's when he began to dirty Mac, and now he's creeping on Jax while he's looking at his baby, reading a story to his baby. I thought that was really fucked up. And then he runs up to Tara and lets her know, like, yeah, so... And Tara lets him know, hey, I got a restraining order, and it's still good. And he's like, yeah, I respect that. However, my federal agentness and me being at work kind of supersedes me not being able to creep on you, so it is what it is. So automatically I hate the agent. But I gotta say this. This is fucking Tara's fault. Okay, ladies, I gotta talk to you. I gotta talk to you. A lot of times in these relationships, y'all, when one thing goes south, you go to the polar opposite. You want so much I do, you go completely left field and wonder why that shit doesn't work. Real, who are you? Who are you to tell us about relationships? I'm a goddamn relation expert. Yeah, I am. Yeah, I am. I'm a relationship expert. Yeah, if he was asking, yeah, those are my credentials. It is what it is. I have a microphone, so that makes everything I say true. There you have it. And I'd like to, matter of fact, I know relationships so well, I could hold a master class. Give me a moment. All right. I would like to introduce y'all to Masterclass Real. Ladies, take a seat. I want you to be around for this. Masterclass Real is in session. Now, Tara, she goes and bees with an outlaw. Jax, I mean, he's fucking shooting shit up. He's robbing shit. He's a legit criminal. He may be a beautiful criminal, one with a fucking striking smile and has a kind heart, but he's a criminal. When that doesn't work out for Tara, she moves out of town and then goes with the total opposite of a criminal, which would be an agent, a federal agent. And now she needs a restraining order from the fucking federal agent. Let me explain something to you, ladies. What Tara should have did, see, y'all always want to run, right? You come from this relationship, you want to sprint into what you think is going to be the I will never deal with this again. I'm going agent. Polar opposites, right? Polar opposites. What Tara should have did was after she left Jax, after that relationship didn't work, she should have went to like date maybe a mechanic, right? Who maybe had a assault and battery charge back in the day, but he's not really a violent dude. But circumstances meant he had to whoop some ass. He did some jail time. But for the most part, he's on the up and up. Just a blue-collar worker. Then maybe she move her way up to, okay, I don't really like that lifestyle either. And then she could gradually go up to, I don't know, let's say a vice principal of an elementary school. Right? Elementary school vice president who may or may not like the sauce too much, maybe drinks a little too much, but he has his fallacies. Maybe he enjoys a pill or two. But for the most part, he's a functioning member. He's got his twerks and his tweaks. And then maybe you could go, oh, okay, yeah, now I think I'm ready for like the federal agent. Like there were steps that she should have went to like get herself ready. You go from outlaw to fed and wonder why the shit didn't work. Ladies, come on now. Stop it. Stop it. And that goes for men too. Stop it. Well, men typically have a type that they like, and that's a whole nother thing, but it's not pertinent to this specific episode, so y'all take that with a grain of salt. All right, Rail's back. Now the agent has been exposed and we see his true intentions to arrest Jax mainly and get Tara back. So that's nastiness. Now, for the whole Kyle thing. Actually, yeah, let's do a Chucky thing. I think Kyle held more weight than Chucky. So they help Chucky get to the, and Chucky is just masturbating all over the place. Like he reaches in, and then when Jax and Clay first see it in the van when they pick him up from prison, they looking at each other like, the fuck? Okay, this is happening. And I could see that reaction. You kind of letting it slide. Otto told him, hey, he's got some quirks with him. He's got a tick. And he's like, oh, ticks we can deal with. And then Otto starts damn near pissing himself from laughter because they don't even know what's in store. And and Chucky seems like a reasonable guy, talking regular, holding conversations, just that their hand goes down there and gets to go into town vigorously. I'm like, this man's libido is something godly. It's next level. But okay, so that's funny to see Clay and Jack's reaction to that. Then here comes Chucky in the clubhouse to explain exactly what happened. I was skimming money. This is the deal. That's why they want me dead. And this is where the money could be found. And then there he goes jerking again. Opie's pops is just looking down. Just looking, just like, what the fuck? But he cannot keep his eyes off of Chucky jerking. It's hilarious. Him not saying nothing, but constantly looking down at him jerking and then looking back up at him with that goddamn breathing device is probably one of the funniest things I've seen this episode. Because I'm like, this dude he is enamored by Chucky right now. And Clay is getting pissed. He has reached the boiling point to where he's like, okay, what the fuck's the deal with this? Now, Chucky claims to have compulsive masturbation disorder. I don't know if that's a true thing. Somebody could tell me yay or nay. I'm not going to look it up. I don't want that to be in my Google search engine. Because then, somebody types in the letter C and then, like, they looking for something like, oh, I wonder what character. They put C character from, and then all of a sudden CMD, compulsive masturbation. Then they looking at me like, yo, you got a problem, my G? So I'm not going to put that in my search engine, but if you want to feel free to just let your boy Rail know, please do. And he said he really doesn't realize that he's even doing it. So then we're getting the little quirks of Chucky. And Clay threatens him properly, like, hey, well, I'll tell you what. Chucky was really get in depth with it. He was like, hey, man, I was molested as a kid, and this. He was about to get deep. Clay cut that shit off immediately. I don't give a fuck if you were touched. I don't care about none of your childhood drama. You put your hands down there again. I'm locking you in a closet somewhere. I thought that was kind of cold-blooded. Man's about to bare his soul, but I also respect it. Clay is thrown off, and he doesn't know this man and could care less about his childhood trauma. I probably would have presented it a little differently, like maybe in a still threatening manner, but yeah, Clay was kind of heavy on that. And then fast forward, Clay is so fed up with the jerking because he's running women away from his place of business. And I was wondering, when I saw that woman walk in, I'm like, they're going to a known bike. Are they just like a bike club to everybody else? Or do they know that they're legit criminals? What does Sam Crow? What I'm feeling is the town is ignorant of the Sons of Anarchy. I feel like they just think that they're a cool bike club that works at the auto shop. So I guess successful mission there. Because the lady she looks like pretty regular, and I don't think she'd do business with criminals. So she must just think they're a bike club. And that's what I was wondering. Like, how does Charming see them? Like, I don't know. But I think they just think they're a regular bike club. But yeah, so he's running off business. And I was like, damn, if he get caught around the school doing this shit, ain't no judge finna be like, oh, you got CMD, great. No, you're going to be put on one of those lists, buddy. If he's not already. I would assume Chucky's on somebody's list. But then another cringe moment. The mission takes them to a Asian restaurant. And the lady greeting them. It is so cringeworthy to watch her say, masturbator. And I'm not because YouTube, it was on my ass on the last Sons. Even though I'm speaking in context of the episode. Okay, let me just get this off real quick. I'm sorry. But I love how on the TV show, they can say and do whatever the fuck they want. But I come on YouTube to discuss what they said in context to a show. And I'm getting like the monetization issue. I just think that's wonderful. Like, what? Like, you just turn the episode on. And then you could just go, oh, yeah, real, he's clearly not for these terms. He's just pointing out the differences of TV then versus now. Like, but whatever. I'll respect it. So I'm not going to, like, imitate her voice, even though I think I could. But my thing is, it was cringe because I'm sure that woman speaks perfect English. And they got her extra stereotypical on this. And I was just like, you're not going to. I was like, damn, you cannot do this now. Like, this is so. It is. FX was a wild place back then. It was like the Sons of Anarchy season 1 is like the Wild West. Like, this is not HBO. Like, they getting they shit off on FX. And I gotta say, kudos to them. Like, but that's that was the world back then so many years ago. Was it 12, 15 years ago? Yeah, but anyway, they get that. Come to find out, while the mafia is pulling up on him, Lynn and his boys, that the money's not even real. The real thing that they wanted was the plates to make the fake money. And then Chucky fucked over the club by thinking it was, by telling them it was, real cash. They don't want to spend fake cash, obviously. They don't give a fuck how good the money is. They don't want no federal attention. They need real dollar bills in circulation. So Clay does a smart thing, walks out dolo with the bag and says, hey, look, we can shoot it out here, or I could give you what you're looking for, and you just pay me for the delivery of one Chucky and the plates. The counterfeit money maker. And this is what I was talking about. Another protection detail gone wrong. Because Chucky is screaming, I held up my end. That wasn't the deal. But technically, he never said it was fake or real cash. And he thought they could just spend it like regular. He has intentions on spending it like regular. That's why he made it. So Chucky wasn't 100% wrong. Do I think he should have been handed over to them? Think that's a little fucked up. Give them their plates. I think to make counterfeit money, like the two plates to make good bills, $60K looks like a fair deal. You're not going to take this dude with me because that's my reputation. And right now, the Suns' reputation of fucking protection or doing a deal with is pretty fucking janky. So I wouldn't do business with Clay. I just didn't like that, what that put that out there to be. And you can see Jack's face. He wasn't a fan of it either. Now Jax is internalizedly, like, he would usually outward question Clay and be like, that's a little fucked up. But after that talk with Bobby, he's like, you know what? I'm just going to soak it. I'm going to keep it in. If I don't feel right about it, I'm going to just internalize it and probably do some snake shit. Now to the meat of the episode. The true lesson here in this episode. What happens if you fuck over the Suns as a Suns member? Well, let me tell you. They send you out of town. You can't come back, and you can't have anything to do with anybody, the business or nothing. And if you have ink, you got to get it blacked out. That's what it seems pretty simple on paper. Like, yeah, just do the rules and you fine. No pain, no nothing. He was not in prison. He has some teenage girlfriend, really creepy. And he's doing illegal business that got nothing to do with clubbing, so he's making money. But he just had to hold on to that tat. And then we saw that Jax and Opie seen that tat. Opie wanted the fade. Got the fade. That's why I love Opie. Because I was like, holy shit, Opie's about to beat him to death. No. Opie had an issue with that man, but he once respected him as a brother. So he said, let's throw these hands. And we're going to get that ink up off him. So Jax comes and pretends to be interested after Opie gets his licks in and say, yeah, tell me more about this. Oh, come by the club tonight. They get them all nice and drunk. Get them in there talking about a knucklehead. I'm assuming that's a motorcycle and not just a bad child. And they go in there and they all circle him. And Buddy knows what's up. He's like, oh, shit. As soon as Jax tell him to take that shirt off, he's like, fuck. Now he's crying. Well, he's not crying. Well, he's whining and pleading. Like, I know I was supposed to get it blacked out. I was like, oh, that's where you fucked up. So they gave you the option to black it out yourself, but you was just too attached to the club that you couldn't do it. You just physically couldn't bring yourself to do it. So guess what? Clay is going to do it for you. Now, in the scene where they give him, Clay lets him choose fire or the knife. Which one would y'all choose? I think fire. I'm not a fan of fire. I am not. I also don't want to get the shit cut out of me. Like, I don't want my skin cut off. But I think I'm going to have to take the knife. Because when I'm going to the hospital for surgery, I feel like, your skin has that regenerative, like, powers. Like, you're like Wolverine. Like your cells and shit will come back to form together. So, like, I feel like the recovery time and then what it'll look like afterwards wouldn't be as bad as you giving me 18-degree burns on my back. Some shit just is going to look ugly for the rest of your life. I think taking a knife, and I don't know how surgical they are, but TIG, well, we'll get into that. I don't know how surgical they are with a knife, but I think I'm going to go with the knife. That fire shit, I can't, no. That's a no-go for me. That's a no-go. Please, somebody get the sharpest razor you got and get this shit off me. But yeah, so he chooses fire, which I think is a bad idea. But I like to hear your thoughts. Which one you going for? And in that scene, I noticed a lot of things. I wasn't just looking at the burning. I was looking all around. The camera was panning around for a reason. Clay sat there, lit up a cigar. He enjoys it. He's like, this is retribution. This is what you get. This is club shit. Very non-personal, right? Tig is doing a burning. And he's looking like a fucking artist. He's not even sweating. He's like this close away from a fiery torch and a man screams. And he is dead set. He's got a pattern he's going down. Very methodical. Not barely blinking. Tig's a fucking sociopath. Dead ass. So you realize like, okay, Clay is business. Tig's a fucking sociopath. Then you look at Bobby. Bobby can't take the shit. He can't even look. He's got his shades on. He's got his head tucked. It's too much for Bobby. Bobby doesn't have a propensity for that type of violence. Jax is looking at it angrily. He's angry. This is personal for him. Clay is business. There's a personal look on Jax's face. And Opie's pops is like, yeah, I've been here before. Not probably it hasn't happened to me, but I've seen this. This is regular. I'm just glad that I could be a part of the club. So that's what I'm seeing. Opie is not there because he's got to do fireworks. He's got business to get to. And that's the half in, half out. I'll deliver him. I'll hang out with the club. But once it come down to club business, like to that extreme, I'm gonna exit stage left. Now, Jax's conversation with Donna is another thing I wanted to touch on before I get on up out of here. Jax slapped Donna with a big ass like case of reality. Check this out, Donna. I don't know what my mama told you. I don't give a shit. I'm talking about you and Opie right now. I'm just gonna keep it a buck with you. This is the thing. Opie loves this shit. He wants to be a part of this shit, but he wants to make you happy too. Okay? Now, what's gonna end up happening is Opie's love for the club and being able to provide is going to overwrite you. And then you're going to become the enemy. I know you don't want him a part of the club, but that's where his heart is. That's where everything he knows is. And you're going to be on the outs. And it's going to hurt really fucking bad. So it's like, in my opinion, let that man be him and support to the best of your ability in your role. You knew what it was when you signed up. It just is what it is. And that's the real shit. Do I need to get Masterclass Rail out again? I don't even think you need him for this one. This one should be self-explanatory. We got the fellas, ladies. We got to change that happy wife, happy life thing to just happy spouse, happy house. Make it even. Make it even. Both of your wants are important. Okay, both of your passions are important, and you should be able to seek them individually and enjoy your successes together. You get with a criminal, you know he's a criminal, but you love him. Play your role. You're not going to change nobody. And it's vice versa, fellas, same way. Same way. You get what you get, and that's what you wanted. Now deal with it. All right? But that's it for me today, man. I hope y'all enjoyed this episode. And if you did, please like it. That's all you got to look. Let me tell you something about likes, right? Because y'all killing me. Likes get my algorithm out there. Like, the more people like it, the more they link you up with somebody you don't know who likes the same shit you like and suggest me to them. That's what, come on, look out for your boy. For the one time. And you know how many of y'all that watch me every week and still ain't hit that sub button? I don't know what you want. What do you want from me? You turning me into Tyrese, man. Protect your health, yourself, your wealth. Your boy Rail is out of here, man. Peace.